I think that's a fair point. I do want to ask one more final note on the offensive side because I think a lot of it will get cleaned up. It's only Monday. The Chiefs have some options there still in free agency with the likes of Donovan Smith. Should we want to bring in a left tackle, a guy where we don't have to change the scheme? He knows the playbook in and out for the past year when he was on the team. But offensively, Sean, I thought it was kind of weird. Why in the world? Unless this is just strictly due to the Kansas City Chiefs are wanting to throw a vanilla play style out there for you to have nothing when it comes to the playoffs. Why is DeAndre Hopkins playing 40% of the snaps?
Well, I think you said it perfectly right there. They are betting that they're going to see the Bills later on, especially in the playoffs, and they don't want to give everything away. They know what works against the Bills for most of the part. They know it doesn't work, but they still want to try some stuff out there. They're just not going to give everything away in their first matchup of the season. There's a lot of opportunities where they could have tried something else, and they just did not want to go for it. I think that the first thing I saw was whenever they lined up in a quad formation over there on the left side for the touchdown for Noah Gray. They haven't really pulled that out against the Bills before, so they're adding small stuff to the game, but they're not trying to get all the players that they need to get involved in this matchup. So next time, oh, he didn't do anything first time. We know how to shut him down. No, he's going to go off second time because not only D Hop didn't do anything, Juju really didn't do anything either.
The passing game was rough in general. Like Travis Kelce didn't have a good game. Like
No. Bad game from Travis. He could not get open.
nope.
Kudos to their defense. Their defense played a fantastic game. They rushed the quarterback. They did well at that. They couldn't stop the run, but we got away from that. And they were covering, they were blanketing everyone and forcing Pat out of the pocket or to get rid of it early. Defensively, they had a really good game plan. I think a lot of everything that we've just discussed offensively gets cleaned up soon. Going to the defensive side, Leo Chanel only played, I think it was like 54% of the snaps, 54, 57% of the snaps. He wasn't in much. And now, again, he's not great in coverage. So you take him out, but then again, neither is Nick Bolton. And granted, with that, Dawson Knox didn't have a very big day. Dalton Kincaid was out early with the injury. He didn't even suit up or in the game. He was ruled out early. And Dawson Knox didn't have a very big day. But everybody who is not lined up against Trent McDuffie ate. Everybody except for, I mean, it was ridiculous.
I think it just goes to show how good Jalen Watson has been for us and how much we really underappreciated him whenever he was actually playing.
Yeah, what I see a lot of Nazi Johnson out there. What's up with Josh Williams?
He's
He's
been on a
fallen down the
decline.
pecking order as well. I mean, ever since having a great year last season, for some reason, something's been going on, and he hasn't been playing well. He hasn't been practicing well, and he's been moved down the depth chart. We know that Nazi Johnson was a guy that would climb the depth chart. He probably would have been up pretty high last year, but he had the injury in the preseason and missed the entire season. But he goes out there and he lets Josh Allen almost have a perfect passer rating.
Yeah. I think I again though I think it goes down to game plan. I think you guys just got kind of out game planned, and I think too a guy like Shakiri for Buffalo,
Khalil Shakir.
Shakiri.
That's a
Oops,
fun.
my
All
bad.
right.
Whatever.
Uh,
Um, I was thinking. I don't know why I was thinking of Zerdan Shakiri.
I was hoping
Uh,
it was a joke. I didn't know if he was totally serious or not. So I was
no,
gonna give him a break if it
no,
was a joke, but
Big soccer guy, Tommy is.
wasn't a joke, but yeah,
Shakiri.
his yeah. I don't know. Sorry, my bad. Anyways, Shakir. I feel like he's a guy who is definitely just gonna, especially if you have to worry about Amari Cooper. He's someone that is probably gonna fly under your radar when it comes to like how are we gonna stop this team. And I think the Bills probably knew that and definitely took advantage of it. And I mean, so did
He's
Shakir. He went
he's been
fucking
their
off.
guy out of the slot all season, so like it wasn't any mystery that he was gonna like probably put in some work today or
One of
Sunday.
the only
But
guys they have
No,
there
dude, he had a
as a receiver
great
who
game
knows
though. Like
the
yeah,
scheme.
he
He's been
did.
there for a while.
But regardless, I honestly think the defense did enough to win this game up until about like 5 minutes into the fourth quarter. Like the defense played
they
fairly
got worn
well
out. I think they
for
just got
like
worn out.
three. Yeah, they did. They were visibly tired and late in that fourth quarter, and like they were doing. I think we lost this game on the first drive. Pat's interception put us behind the 8 ball.
That really set the tone for the whole entire game.
Shouldn't have left his hand in the first place. Damn dog. But shouldn't have left his hand in the first place. But that also, I feel like, probably had an effect on the play calling from that point out. It is frustrating though, because when you look at the drive right after the Bills scored at the beginning of the fourth quarter, was fantastic. The answer back right after, like, we methodically drove down the field, not a fucking problem. But then we were still, down a couple of points. They made it a 2-possession game after that, and it's just kind of like all hope was lost from there. But why the fuck couldn't we operate like that in the first half? Like,
You know what the key was, I
agree.
think, too? They never went up by 10, did they? I don't think they did.
Never went up by 10.
Yeah, they
9.
went up by 9 and
That
8
was-
quite a few
that
times.
was-
Never went
That
up by
was-
10.
That was it. That was it.
I
We
thought of
had
that
to-
halfway through the
we
by
needed-
That's
partway
the
through
new
game, I was like,
formula.
dude.
we needed them to score a little bit more.
Yeah, I was like, if they go
Um,
up by 10 here, they're screwed. But they're only up by 9.
You are right. The defense, up until that little bit, they were on the field too much, but they were kind of on the field a little bit too much. Not the offense didn't
this
do
is
a
the
good
first
job of
game we
holding
lost
onto the ball.
the time of possession. Am I wrong?
Oh,
But-
yeah, dude.
You're not wrong.
Because we didn't run the ball.
Defense was on the fucking field all game.
Long.
Defense also couldn't get themselves off the field, was part of the problem. We get to second and long. We get to third and long. And what do the Bills do? They convert. And then they run, they get to
converted a
second
decent
and
amount of
third and
third
long
downs,
again.
but
And they convert. Not only did they convert a decent amount of thirds downs, it was 3rd and 9, 3rd and 8, 3rd and 7. They were converting the entire time. The defense, we had no pass rush.
None.
They were in second, third, and long the entire time, and Joshua Uche couldn't get more than 5 snaps. Like, we were getting them in perfect positions to be able to rush Josh Allen. We never once had a QB spy, and that's how they get a touchdown on 4th and 2. Like, defense also shot themselves in the foot. It wasn't just the offense not making sure that they couldn't get a rest. It was them sitting on the field, allowing those big second and third and longs to progress down the game and tiring themselves out. It was a
Listen,
perfect game.
it's all a chess. It's all a chess game. Steve Spagnuolo is playing the long con here. He's just waiting for the playoffs, thinking it's all open for Josh Allen. Nope. Bringing a blitz off the corner, you won't see it coming. He's got you dead to rights right here.
That's
He's-
So
he's
not
ready
only,
for
are,
the
not
playoffs.
only are we hiding plays from them on offense, like, we're hiding schemes and blitz packages from them on defense.
It could be very, very
We're-
true. That could
We're
be
making
true.
them think that Najee Johnson is one of the worst CBs in the game. Just giving it
He's
up.
going to have a
left and
career
right.
day in the divisional round this year.
Oh,
Like,
come
fine.
divisional round, he's getting like
Yeah.
17 interceptions. It's
Playoffs, all he does is
Pretty gross.
blitz, and fucking Justin Reed covers his guy. Like,
man, I'm super unhappy with the way that the defensive line performed. Linebackers couldn't cover, but that's not unusual. The DBs unusually couldn't cover, but
Cook
we
got
lost.
in twice, right?
Cook got in twice, but it was short
Yeah.
yardage. It was very short
It
yardage.
was,
They
but
still
dude,
didn't,
like,
they didn't rush
only
very, and they
work
were all
that
outside
happened
runs.
was-
I know, but towards the end of the game, they were kind of pounding it with him. They were kind of like that last drive. I feel like they ran the ball a few times, like pretty efficiently with him.
It's still,
Those are the
as I
backups.
said, like, they
Oh, was
Bills
it that
one
backup at
time
that
of
point?
possession
Ray
late in the
Davis.
fourth quarter. The defense was gassed. Like, I
Yeah.
can't really, like, take it away from them that much.
But that's the
Yeah,
thing,
I
though,
mean-
too. Like, you get that stop on 4th down, you get the ball back, you drive down the field, you kick a field goal, you win. It's a classic Chiefs close win. You know, like,
James
you're
Cook
really
had
not
20 total
super-
yards.
well, and the thing is too, it's like what is it? The Bills' first touchdown missed the PAT.
Yeah.
And in my mind, as someone who's cheering against the Chiefs, I was like, oh, they're gonna win by 1. We're gonna go back to this fucking missed PAT, bro. I was like, this is how it fucking has happened the last 7 years or whatever. That's gonna be the difference maker right there. So
Want
just
to
so
bring
you
you
know,
back
like,
to
you
this.
thought
Tommy.
you were screwed at the start of the game, Tybo. Everyone who was rooting against the Chiefs was like, oh, here we fucking go.
No running back for the Bills had more than 20 total yards. Ty Johnson was the only one to have more than 2 yards per carry at 3.6, outside of Josh Allen, who had 12 carries for 55 yards. So, goes back to, we need to put a quarterback spy on. And that's just something to note, to take into the next time that we see
Who
them.
are you gonna put
You're
on
gonna
it?
have a mobile Nick Bolton. He doesn't
He
cover
trucked
anything.
Nick Bolton to score a touchdown.
He's the
Nick
only
will
guy-
go for him.
Yeah,
He goes.
it was Brian Cook,
Yeah.
but yeah, on the touchdown at the end of the game.
Before he hit Brian Cook, he ran. Nick Bolton tried to lay a hit on him and bounced right off
He
of him.
dove at him. Yeah, he didn't try to
He
land a
was
hit on
not.
him.
He was
It's
full
football. What
sprint
was he trying to do?
coming from a different area on the field. Like it shouldn't have been his play in the first place. But he was not.
He missed the
He,
tackle.
he didn't run through him. Like
Yeah.
He missed the tackle.
That's fine, but he didn't run through.
It wasn't
He
his. It
missed
wasn't his
the
tackle to make in
tackle.
the first place. He was just
That's
trying.
fair, but
like,
if you
it
go
was
to make
like-
a tackle, fucking make the tackle.
oh my god.
Come on, man.
You know,
Come on. What are we
listen,
doing
it
here?
came-
Come on.
And he makes that tackle next time if he's the spy on the QB and he gets to square it up. So
I was about
for
to
next
say,
time,
like it's not.
Dude, that's
he
Josh
wasn't-
Allen, bro. That's Josh.
He was
Like he's a
coming
fucking
from
problem.
like the other quarter
No,
of the
we're not.
field. Like he had yards to make up. It wasn't like he wasn't in position to make the hit on that scramble. Like I don't know. We can't be that critical on him. Like it was a defensive
but
line gaff.
He
like
did bounce off of Josh Allen as he scored the game-winning touchdown.
That's what you call bounce off, man.
He-
Uh,
Watch the film, dude. He bounces off the guy.
he okay. Oh my
He bounces
God.
off the guy.
What?
He bounces off of him. He goes,
Didn't you fucking play linebacker?
no, he was a left tackle.
I mean, I played linebacker for like a year in high school.
I thought you said you were a linebacker, bro.
No.
By the time he's able to get his hands on fucking Josh Allen, like he's like horizontal in the air, like he's like diving from like yards away.
And I think
Like,
if it's
he's not-
anybody but Josh Allen, like Joe Burrow's probably getting knocked over. Lamar Jackson's probably getting knocked over.
well, all
he
right.
dove so far.
No, not Lamar. Definitely not Lamar. Like
You don't think so? I think Joe Burrow would stand a better chance than Lamar. I think Joe's got a little bit more weight on his ass than Lamar does.
that's.
I think it was just a bad angle for trying to make.
Well, yeah,
up
no.
for a
I
play.
totally understand it was not his job to make that play, but he had an opportunity to make a play at the end of the day.
Realistically, I want him to stay on his feet and run further to get his hands on him before like not diving at him because that's essentially what cost him the tackle.
Well,
He
he's a
probably-
ball hawk too. Nick
he
Bolton's
gives-
a ball hawk. Like he's a guy who punches at the ball constantly. Like he probably should, like, I'm with you, probably stay on your feet, maybe get a chance to swipe the ball away because Josh Allen, fumble machine, up until I guess kind of this year. Now that's a lot to process on the 4th and 2
or
as you're
you know
running towards.
grab
Yeah.
catch up to him a little after a couple more steps, grab the shoulder pads and just fucking hold him out for Brian Cook to.
yeah, just
Brian
like
Cook
a
is not
bullfighter.
worried to just lay a hit. Guy is a dog. I don't know. There's
I mean, he didn't make the hit. That's the guy I'm more upset about on
the goal line?
run. He didn't make the hit there. Like he
Yeah.
had a more square angle. Like he was coming from in front of Josh Allen instead of like off to the side and like almost behind
No,
him.
he did
Like,
have him squared up. He had him squared
yeah,
up.
Brian Cook kind of missed the chance to lay the wood, and
He had a lot of
Josh-
momentum though, dude. It's Josh
Josh
Allen.
Allen was feeling
That's
himself.
a
Like Josh
large
Allen
unit.
was like in.
He was really thinking about going for that hurdle right there too. If Brian
gonna-
Cook went low.
Oh,
But-
did he hurdle anybody this week, Tybo?
don't think so.
Damn, I forgot
Oh.
about that.
I don't think he did. Wow.
Man, if you look at like one of the, I'm gonna dig for it. I'm gonna fucking dig for it, okay? Because like there was a hurdle in a game that I was at that we lost that looked forced, and because it happened in like the first regular season game that they played against us and he won. It was like the season before. I was like, this dude is forcing hurdles against us. Like he has, and then it happened in a playoff game that they lost. And I was like, he's literally, because it's the Chiefs, he's trying to force a hurdle to make us look like fucking idiots. So
That's the
did that
difference. If he doesn't hurdle,
Yeah.
a better
So
shot.
Josh Allen has to stop hurdling the Chiefs and he'll win, is what I'm hearing.
no, because the first hurdle was in a game.
It was
that
in the
they
regular
won.
season. You're right.
he's
You're
got to
right.
stop hurdling
wanna-
in the regular season.
Yes.
I do want to point this out because I
Oh,
said it a
no.
little bit ago. I'm
No, the
very
postseason. He's got to stop
disappointed
hurdling in the postseason.
Sure.
in the defensive line. Last year, this time, and at the end of the year, we were top 10 in sacks. Right now, I think we're 28th in total sacks, just from the defensive line, or maybe from a team standpoint. But what that means is in this game and in other games, where we're paying the most for a defensive tackle in Chris Jones, and Granted, he's getting double and triple teamed, but nobody else is doing any of the work. George Karlaftis, a guy who had a fantastic year last year, thought he would build on it. Has not played very well this season. We're missing Charles Omenihu, but we missed him for a good portion of last year as well due to the suspension. So defensive line wise, edges and interior, nobody's really pulling their weight. And we've got a lot of ground to make up if we want to see ourselves up in the top for sacks. But we're not creating that pressure. And that was a big reason why our DBs got burnt toast this week. Is because we are not putting the pressure on.
Josh Allen also made enough enough plays with his feet. Like the pressure wasn't, I think, as apparent as it has been all season, but like pressure was there at times. Like there were people getting to the quarterback, but Josh Allen was making a lot of plays with his feet.
Agreed. I think that is fair. That I mean, 12 carries, you can see it alone on the box score, but um, it's just not where it needs to be. Not in just this particular game, but in all the games that we've played so far. So hopefully, moving forward, that issue gets addressed, and there's a lot of issues that need to be addressed. But
Yeah,
hopefully, that's one of the few pieces.
I'm less down on the defense than I am the offense. Like I really feel like the defense played hard, and up until the fourth quarter did what they needed to do for us to win the game. But the offense made a lot of mistakes. Pat made a lot of mistakes. Pat started off the fucking game with a mistake, and it really fucking screwed us.
Well, the good news is you don't have to play the Bills next week, so
No,
should be all right.
This 9-1 team sucks fucking cock.
I know. Yeah, you guys are like, that's the funniest part about it. Like, you guys are fucking ranting or whatever, and I'm just like, 9-1 to feel like this. Oh, what it must feel like, huh?